Well, welcome along to the Timeform Sporting Life Weekend Best Bets. David Orr joined by Ben Linfoot and Matt Brocklebank on the eve of a very special week. But Scoop, I love Betfair Imperial Cup Day. You're nearly there with Cheltenham. We get a couple of cracking races to have a punt on beforehand, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. We know what's on the horizon. Those 4 days next week, punt in paradise. But Saturday is good in its own right. A good couple of handicap hurdles to get stuck into, and we shall be doing that over the next 5-10 minutes.
We're going to get stuck in first with the Timeform ratings for the Betfair Imperial Cup, appearing on the screen now. Matt, I'm not going to ask you to translate Saint-Brouy, Paul Nicholls' charge, but top of the shop 153, 150 Lively Citizen, then the interesting potential improvers in Making Headway 149p, Gypcot 148p, and Go Dante 148 with a plus symbol. Poor old Knickerbocker Glory 148, plain and simple, hasn't got any symbol to go with him. Now, people might think value bet is just thrown together, Matt, tossed together.
They do, don't they?
People say
that a lot.
It's not work. It's currently taking place on your Imperial Cup selections. Where's your head at the minute? What sort of things you're going through?
Yeah, well, as we sort of chatting through on Friday morning, Friday afternoon, the market's fluctuating a fair amount. I think that's fair to say. And the top one there, Saint-Brouy, he's proving really popular. No great surprise. Paul Nicholls has always done well, Sandown handicaps, and on this day in the past as well. And this horse is a fascinating one. Look, Harry Cobden at the minute is just riding out of his skin. He seems to be worth £7 or £8 alone at the moment, and he's picked this one. He's on this horse from France. We don't really know how good he is, and obviously he's just had the one run at Doncaster for Nicholls in January, and it had the look of a nice little sighter, to be perfectly honest, and he looks on a good mark. He's dropped him a couple of pounds, and this horse has got a graded form in France, so you've got to really respect him, and he's just getting to a price now where he's about 6-7 to 1. He's maybe under price.
Matt's value bet selections will be live on Sports Life at 4 p.m. on Friday. Head there to check out those with a price boost guarantee as well for the first hour. Ben Linfoot, don't need to wait for your selection. We already know it.
Yeah, Saint-Brouy. I'm hoping we can get a little bit of 8 to 1 later on.
What genuinely do you think? What price is he now? Because
it's 8 to 1 in several places, and I'm hoping
the blue appearing on Oddschecker everywhere.
Well, he was 10 to 1 on Friday morning, so he has come in a couple of points, but you can absolutely see why.
Wasn't me gazumping you at all, by the way. I didn't actually know that was your selection.
No, that's fine. His form in France really stands out. He beat Golden Sun, who won off 135 at Kempton a couple of weeks ago. Back in third, the day he beat Golden Sun was a certain Gaelic warrior. You know all about him, Dave. He's beaten a horse a couple of times at Auteuil called Ain't Got Wings, who's come out and won a couple of races at Auteuil himself. So his French form looks really, really strong. It's vital, obviously. A lot of that was on heavy ground, which he's going to get in places, at least, on the Sandown Hurdles track this weekend. And like Matt said, his British debut at Doncaster was eye-catching because he was really keen on good ground, over 2 mile 3, only weakened after the second last, and it just looked like a sighter for a bigger pot, which he's going for here. And Nicholls and Compton, they've won this race twice in the last 4 years. It looks to me like they've got another one. They've stuck the hood back on that it had on every time he won in France as well. So plenty in this horse's favour. I can absolutely see why he's top of the shop on Timeform ratings, and he would be my best bet on Saturday.
I'm making headway with my own selection, Scoop. See what I did there? I do obviously respect Saint-Brouy massively. I'm making headway. I like the fact he's upwardly mobile. I think he wants further than 2 miles. I think this stamina test of a strongly run Imperial Cup testing ground, the stiff finish at Sandown, I think he's bound to be there or thereabouts. Also on the card, we've got a fascinating, another race I love, the EBF Final. You get the improvers chugging into here. It's a great race every year. We've got to get the Timeform ratings up now, because one thing you don't always see in an EBF Final, Matt Brocklebank, is a horse £7 and a P clear. That's the case this time with Hastings. Why is he not 5 to 4?
His thing, he could well be, couldn't he, on the day if JP McManus gets the bat out. Yeah, this is John Joe O'Neill's horse, 7-year-old, fairly lightly raced. He was behind Making Headway, wasn't he? Last time finished 7th at Newbury.
Didn't jump well at all.
Didn't jump well. He was 9 to 4 that day. You were expecting a fair amount, so he's got to bounce back from that. I'm happy enough to take this horse on. I know he probably is going to be suited to the conditions, maybe more so than another horse towards the top of the market in Fireflyer, who's done his winning on slightly better ground for Paul Nicholls. He's also got top weight as well. So I'm going to look away from the top of the market. I've got a couple in this race that I'm fairly happy with at the current prices anyway. Dartmoor Pirate would be one. Anthony Honeyball's horse. Ben Godfrey claims £3. Now this horse is, speaking of test of stamina with the Imperial Cup, this horse is definitely bred to get this new distance for him. He's been racing over 2 miles and he's bumped into some nice novices. He finished second to Scabbard Supreme, Hope Teller the name, a couple of starts ago at Huntingdon. Then he finished second as well to Steel Ally, and I think that's quite a nice horse. Sam Thomas's horse, it hadn't quite come up to scratch prior to that, but he looked good on the day and they pulled nicely clear of the third, and he goes handicapping here of 121. Now this horse, Dartmoor Pirate, he's closely related to a couple of really nice horses, that Barizan that I think he was placed fifth in the Fred Winter, and Baradari, he ended up winning the fixed brush hurdles at Haydock on soft ground as well. So soft ground, longer trip, handicap debut, and Anthony Honeyball, we're big fans of him, aren't we, Scoop?
I was going to say, we've almost got Anthony Honeyball selected this year, but the man is having a fantastic season. Before we get Matt's second horse, I want your Imperial Cup selection, Scoop.
My EBF final.
As well as the Imperial. We've got the EBF final selection.
I've got a question for you, Dave. Can you remember John Joe's EBF final winner?
Alberta's Run.
Yes.
There we go. It's a good race, isn't it?
It's a great race.
I love it. It was genuine. It fits his horse. It was not going to be physically, mentally ready for Cheltenham, but it's a really good long-term chasing prospect.
You do get loads of them, they said. And topical, Alberta's Run, obviously a dual Ryanair winner. So nice bit of trivia there.
Lovely bit of trivia, yeah.
To throw in. Well done, Matt.
Will I get Nicole to edit with me shouting Alberta's Run now? Because I do think that's important, Scoop, as the host.
So John, I agree. I'd take Hastling on as well. I just think he didn't jump well last time, and I'm actually with Matt. I'm with Dartmoor Pirate too for Anthony Honeyball. I don't need to go through everything Matt said. I think he's a highly progressive horse.
What price is the Pirate?
16-1. But the key thing is he's been running over 2 miles. He's stepping up in trip. Like Matt says, he's got the pedigree to do so. The only thing I would add is that Teller, the name form, is red hot. It's worked out. He beat a horse called Home Free of Dan Skelton's, who's come out and won since. He beat a horse called Wise Guy, who was 14 lengths behind. He's come out and won since as well. So there's just plenty of clues that his handicap mark is a lenient one, and I think 16-1 is a really good price.
You both answer 16-1, Paul. Matt, what's your second dart at this board?
This is 50-1, Dave.
So
I think it's got to
be at the time of recording. We should.
Yeah, it is. It's got to be worth a mention. Paul is not the only Nichols in action on Saturday. We've got Georgina Nichols with their daughter Olive Nichols in the saddle for this one. Thank you, Ma'am, down at the bottom of the weights. This is going back to the time form range, this actually comes out quite well on time form. I think it's sort of top 3 in the adjusted figures, and it just looks to be going the right way. It's a 5-year-old chestnut who's just again qualified for a mark over shorter distances and just gradually got the hang of things. I mean, he looked a bit clueless on maiden hurdle first time out at Chepstow when he was like 80-1, but he's had 4 more starts since, finishing second on the last 2. And last time out at Hereford, that was a slightly longer trip, 2 mile 3 and a bit. He goes another half a furlong here on at Sandown. He finished second to 4 of a Kind, a promising horse for Harry Derham as well. Was giving that one weight. I just think we've got a horse progressing the right way, got a fair bit of experience now. And 113, so he's gone up £4 for his handicap debut run last time out. He's gone up £4 for getting beat, which again probably half explains why he's 50-1. But yeah, he's going the right way, and that does help him sneak in at the bottom of this weights, bottom of the racings here. He's going to handle the conditions perfectly well, I think.
There you go, a 16-1 and a 50-1 selection for the EBF final. And Scoop home for Paul Nichols to win the Betfair Imperial Cup as well. Matt selections, I say, online in his Value Bet column. Read Ben's full Saturday preview too. There's no best bets daily from Cheltenham next week, but we will have our podcast team previewing the action Tuesday to Friday. So much to look forward to. But before then, this cracking Sandown card. Good luck with your own weekend wagers.